In a quiet suburban neighborhood, amid a row of identical storage units, one unit stood out. Inside, with tools and gadgets strewn about, worked a man named Michael. He was a curious blend of a scientist and devout Christian, someone who had spent countless nights bent over blueprints and scrapped electronic parts, like two 50,000-volt transformers borrowed from an abandoned substation down the street. His most ambitious project yet? A homemade time machine. Michael's interest in history had always been more about the human stories than the dates and events themselves. One figure fascinated him most of all: Jesus of Nazareth. He wondered if Jesus, in his divine wisdom, knew anything about him. Michael, a humble tinkerer, centuries apart. As Michael tightened the final bolt of his time machine, a soft hum filled the storage unit. The machine was an unassuming contraption, a blend of steampunk aesthetics and futuristic technology. Lights danced across its surface, forming a mesmerizing pattern. Taking a deep breath, Michael adjusted the settings to his desired time and place: Judea, around the year 30 CE. With a final press of a button, the world around him blurred and twisted, transforming into a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds. When the chaos subsided, he found himself standing on a dusty road, the sun beating down relentlessly. Dressed in a simple robe to blend in, Michael walked towards a small gathering of people who seemed to be listening intently to a man speaking from a hillside. There, standing among the people, was Jesus. His presence was serene, yet commanding. Michael's heart raced. Here was the figure he'd studied, prayed about, and now, incredibly, was standing just a few feet away from. Jesus was in the middle of teaching. His voice carried a sense of calm assurance that instantly soothed Michael's nerves. As Jesus spoke of love, compassion, and the kingdom of God, Michael felt a strange connection, as if these words weren't just centuries-old teachings, but a personal message meant for him. In the days that followed, Michael observed Jesus closely. He watched the miracles, the parables, and the interactions with the common people. The more he saw, the more deeply he felt a part of something larger than himself. Then, one evening, while Michael was lost in thoughts, near a quiet part of the town, he heard footsteps approaching. It was Jesus, his eyes reflecting the twilight sky. Without a word, Jesus sat down beside Michael. "You have traveled far, my friend," Jesus said softly, gazing at the tools Michael had almost forgotten were in his possession. Shocked, Michael stammered, You know who I am?" Jesus smiled gently. "I know the journey of every soul and the thirst for truth that brings them to me." Tears welled up in Michael's eyes. "I wanted to know if I am known by you, and if what I do matters." Jesus placed a comforting hand on Michael's shoulder. "Every act of love, every moment of kindness ripples through time and space. What you do, Michael, shapes not only your life, but the lives of those around you." Time seemed to stand still as Michael absorbed these words. In this brief encounter, all his questions seemed answered, his purpose defined. When he finally mustered the courage to look up, Jesus was gone, vanished into the quiet night. The next day, Michael knew it was time to return to his own time. Back in the storage unit, he found himself filled with newfound peace and a sense of purpose. The time machine, now silent, stood as a testament to his incredible journey. Years later, Michael often recounted his story. Whether people believed him or not didn't matter. He had learned that what truly mattered was the love and compassion he carried within him and shared with the world, an eternal truth told by the Son of God. And so, the tale of Michael and his homemade time machine became not just a story of invention and adventure, but a timeless lesson on the power of love and the everlasting impact of our actions.